Yo, yo, yo. What up, what up, what up? We back. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, oh man. We back, we back. It's Monday. What a crazy move. Overnight. Oh man, you gotta love it, guys. You gotta love it. Oh boy. Cray with Lil Ray Ray, guys. Well, we had a crazy move overnight. The market is currently looking cray with Little Ray Ray. I mean, if you want to call it that, right? We had a pump basically 7 o'clock, guys, to the upside. 800 plus points, 850 points plus to the upside, and we're still kind of grinding to the upside, guys. So you gotta love it. But never fear, the first comments on the stream are here, and we got right, is it Rayro? Looks like you were one of the first comments. DH2313, what up? Midwest Trading, good morning, D-Money and all. Hey, what's up? Good morning. How are you? Market's gonna dump it open. Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out, guys. Never fear, we'll definitely find out. But you know, you would probably have to think logically that we could get some kind of pullback to the downside, right? Even if they want to push price higher. So we're gonna map out Friday's daily candles high and low. High of Friday's candle 24,660.50. And you have the low of Friday's daily candle at 23,971.25, guys. Oh man, currently a crazy, basically bullish engulfing candle. We're back inside of Friday's daily candles range. Was in a play this morning and caught the pop, but now my prop firm disabled my account. Oh man, geez, golly willigers. That's not good. Yeah, he said pause on war strikes for 5 days and are in talks. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, guys. So that's not bearish for the market. So we got to find out, will there be more continuation? Gaming Trader, what's up? D-Money, hey, what's up? How are you? How was the weekend? Yeah, the weekend was pretty good, chat. Had a chill weekend. Nothing too crazy. So my daughter, she was at Disney. She went to Disney. So I got to, you know, was obviously checking up on that. But looks like she had a good time. But as far as myself, I just kind of chilled out, guys. Nothing too crazy. So, yeah. So if you saw my post on IG yesterday, guys, yeah, that was some jerk chicken with some cabbage. Obviously, you had the rice there. So if you're out there and you can cook some jerk chicken, has to be well seasoned and right with some flavor. You know the socials. Referring to females, Marlon Rob. So this is not for. Here we go. We got the weirdness happening already. 9 o'clock. Rob felt the need to insert himself, but sir, we're talking about the females, not the males here. No, thank you, sir. I will not be taking you up on that offer, Rob, but I appreciate the fine gesture there, sir. So yeah, we're gonna get into the charts here, guys. We're gonna get into the charts. So we had basically you had, I mean, you know, clearly the pop to the upside, guys, that we had here at 7:05. I mean, great with Lil Ray, right? So the reality is now we had a pullback to the 14 EMA. Now, if this is gonna be a nice trend day to the upside, chat, then we might not get a deeper pullback. We gotta find out. We're gonna find out at open, but it's just kind of hard to think that with an 800 and pretty much right at 850 point pop to the upside, guys, and 1 5-minute candle, we don't get a deeper pullback, right? So the pullback that we had from the highs up here, believe it or not, though, chat, that was actually a 400 point pullback. So we've had a decent sized pullback. About almost 50% of the move to the upside has been retraced. So we got to keep that in mind. So we need to be watching, in my opinion, right? If this is going to continue and be a nice trend day to the upside, where these lows down here need to be maintained, right? This higher low setup, basically like 24,340 area. So if that can be maintained, then maybe we continue up. Right, but we had a 400 point plus pullback already, guys. So this is going to be interesting today, to say the least. So I mean, that's clearly the market loved the news that Trump kind of came out with, right? Postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy. So it says that I am pleased to report, this is Trump, guys, I am pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have had, over the last 2 days, very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. So that guys, is cray with Lil Ray, right? Meaning that it could be a good thing for the market. So it's postponed. So yeah, I mean that's it's hard to be bearish on that news, chat. So we're gonna do a poll and we're gonna see how you guys are feeling out there. Obviously, we know that we had a huge pop up, but we had a 400 plus point retracement already. So So I'm dropping a poll in the chat. Let's see how you guys are feeling. Very curious on this poll chat, to be honest. Kind of see how you guys are, your thought process is. So far, we have 59% of the chat, about 400 votes, feel like we're going to go up at open. So it's going to be interesting here, guys. If you haven't already, do me a solid. Hit the like button. Looks like we got 2,600 people tuned into the show. It's only 9:14, guys. We'll start to ramp up here pretty quickly over the next 15 minutes. Trying to keep the streak alive of 1,000 likes plus before 9:30. You gotta love it. So that will be the plan, guys, is keeping an eye out, right? Let the market open up. We'll see how the momentum kind of plays out at the open. This is an area of interest for me that needs to probably in the short term be maintained if we're going to maybe push up here. So if you're looking for these highs, 24,763, right? As we get closer to the open, we'll have to kind of see where we're at on the chart, guys, right? Meaning that price wise, because if we're able to kind of get back above these previous candles highs, like back above 600 with momentum, could be looking to put in new highs above 760. So gotta be a little cautious here. We're gonna let the market kind of open up and we'll see what occurs, guys. So what I saw in regards to today, right? So today's the 23rd. There's no red folder news, chat. We had a FOMC speaker at 8:45. It looks like we got some yellow folder news, 10 o'clock construction spending, and that's pretty much it on the news front today. Unless Trump decides to come out and say something, right? Which he could very well, guys. We know that. So we got to be cautious. Pump and dump? Not necessarily. I mean, if you guys really think about it, the other thing we got to be mindful of, chat, we've been stuck in a big old range. So for days, right? I mean, for weeks on weeks, guys, we've been stuck in a range. So make no mistake about it. Top of the range is like upper 25,000, like 400 area, right? Like we got, if you really want to get technical, you got up to like the 700s, 25,700. So this big old range could be getting ready to get broken, guys, to the upside. I mean, when you see one candle the size of this candle, right, at 7 o'clock, that kind of makes you, put you on high alert, because we could be getting ready to pop to the upside here. Trump speaking right now. No, that was Tom Dog. That was actually a post that he had released, right? So that came out around 7 o'clock. That's why you got that crazy pop to the upside, which it's unfortunate because a lot of people obviously didn't catch that move. Obviously, some people caught it, guys. That was probably, trading. But at 7 o'clock, we know that the market, did not catch the majority of the market, right? It's kind of funny because, make no mistake about it, chat. how this always this happens a lot. It's like very strategic, right? You feel like it's like, oh, like tweet overnight or tweet pre-market, right? And then now coming into the market open, what is that going to do? So we're going to find out. Meaning that, are we going to get a pullback, deeper pullback, guys? We already had a 400 plus point pullback from the highs, but are we going to get a deeper pullback to kind of retrace that move? You know, it's going to be interesting, guys. We already filled because it's funny, right? We had a gap, basically a gap down overnight at the market open last night from the market close on Friday, guys. We obviously crushed through and filled that gap back to the upside. So how do you stop from getting terrible entries and exits? Yeah, just trying to I think the best thing you can do, you're gonna have some slippage depending on the volatility in the market, but kind of picking your spots on the chart. Obviously, you can do like limit orders for better fills. That'll help, because if you're not, and you're just kind of entering at market and there's a lot of volatility in the market, you could be in for some difficulty there, right? So just trying to pick your spots on the chart. Like as an example, like you kind of heard me mention, right? So for longs in the short term, guys, I would love to see the EMAs basically get respected and we kind of get back above like 600, right? Because you're taking out previous candles highs on the 5-minute chart. So price pushes down at open, maybe forming some kind of bottom wick, and then we start getting back above 600, and I will be maybe looking to join the party to get long, right? But my order will be sitting basically above these previous candles highs, so that way I'm only going to get kicked in if that occurs, right? But if I'm like trying to buy market and price dips down on me, right, and you're going to be surprised that happens a lot, guys, right? As soon as you get in, price, like if you're looking for a long, you get in buy market, especially at the open, right? You're trying to buy market and all of a sudden it's like boom, right? Price pushes up a little bit and then yanks down, so that you're going to get a horrible fill. So I find it a little bit better to put in orders like above previous candles highs as an example. Did I catch any of it, RJ? No, I did not. Did PW retire? PW is actually racing this week, guys. So I'm not sure if he's going to be, it looks like he's going to be streaming the race from the trophy truck. So I'm not sure of his schedule this week, but he's obviously out racing the trophy trucks. This is the week of the race. Last week was a prep. Looks like he has some pre-runs, at the beginning of the week this week. And then I think a qualifier midweek, if I'm not mistaken, based off of pre-running next couple days. That's what he posted yesterday, guys, because I saw it on X. Pre-running next couple days with qualifying on Thursday. Race on Saturday, all stream live. So he's gonna have some, make no mistake about it, guys, he's gonna be doing some you're gonna get some footage from that truck. Make no mistake about it. Looks like he'll be streaming live from the trophy truck at some point. You gotta love it. All right, so looks like pump happened this morning. DJ Reverie, yeah, crazy pump happened this morning. You had Trump news basically saying that they're gonna stall. They're in talks with Iran, so you got a crazy pop, 800 points plus to the upside, and now we got to see how we open up today. It's unfortunate, guys, when you wake up in the morning and you open the charts and you see that, because right, it's a little not discouraging, but it's because hey, this could be, to be honest, guys, this could be a catalyst for us to finally get some decent price action, more consistently, right? Versus the chop fest or consolidation ranges that we've had. Remains to be seen, right? Because we don't know, but obviously you got to be hopeful that that's the case anyway. So we'll find out. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. It looks like we're at 668 likes. We got 3,700 people tuned into the show, guys, as we start to ramp up here going into market open. So trying to keep the streak alive. We've had over 1,000 likes for weeks on weeks, guys, before 9:30. So just trying to do my part. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we rock out Monday through Friday out here trying to make a little monies. And we're going to see if that's the case today, guys, right? We're going to try. I'm definitely going to try, you know, to make a little monies here. Question is going to be up or down, right? So we got 1,300 votes. I'm keeping my eye on keeping my eye out on the poll that we have running, chat. We'll give it a few more minutes. Normally like to wait until we get about 1,700 votes, and we're at 1,328. And currently at the moment, it's a landslide towards the bulls. Feeling like we're going to go up at market open. You got 62%. So you got to love that. How's the music volume, guys? I'm trying to check here. Saw a comment over the weekend that the music was really loud. So is the music volume better compared to the overall volume here? We'll ask Ginger as well, because I know Ginger's in the chat. So too quiet today? A little louder. Music volume is good. Volume perfect. Music was good last week. Yeah, it's always, it was only one comment, guys, I saw, but I'm just trying to make sure that that we're good here. So if it's a little quiet, I can adjust it a little bit, turn it up a little bit, but so I just turned it up a little bit there. That big green candle that you're looking at, I saw that in the chat, guys. That was actually Trump basically tweeting that U.S. and Iran are in conversations to for basically a ceasefire, right? So at least for the moment. So that's the market had a very positive reaction there. Such a distraction. Don't need music to trade. Yeah, but we're not gonna be on stream, Tyra, for hours at a time with no music. That's a little weird, to be honest with you. I know some people out there, guys, they're like, oh, I need it to be exactly, you know, perfectly quiet for me to trade. Like, but we're also we got to keep in mind, guys, this is a live stream, so majority of all streams out there are gonna have some kind of music or something. But yeah. So we're at 980 likes, guys. Do me a solid if you haven't already. We're almost at 1,000 likes. Keep the streak alive. You gotta love it. Yeah, we know it's not a ceasefire, but we're not. You got about it. We're suspended at the moment, our man. You can call it whatever you want, but at the moment it's a ceasefire, right? Because there's no fire. So what do you call that? A ceasefire. Could be temporarily. Doesn't mean that it has to stay. But there's no, right? So Trump basically came out, guys, if you missed it. And I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period, subject to the success of the ongoing meetings and discussions. So temporarily, you can call it what you want, but they're in negotiations. It's not a ceasefire. He's just not going to hold out for a week. Yeah, we'll find out. But right now it is, guys. You can't skip past what he stated to say he's not going to do that. That's not how that works, right? So at the moment, currently, it is. So that's why the market obviously had a positive reaction. Now, that does not mean we know that Trump could come out and do whatever he wants and whatever, guys. I'm well aware, but I'm just kind of stating what occurred, right, while we got the pop to the upside. So whether that remains intact, that remains to be seen, chat. I'm not here to dispute that, you know, but at the moment, the market loves what was released, so we'll see what happens. We'll put it at that. All right, so we got the streak. It's still alive, guys. We got 1,100 likes. I appreciate the support. We're gonna close the poll because it's one-sided at this point. You got 1,700 votes plus 61% feel like we're going up at the open, chat. Sleepy RC, morning D Money. Hey, what's up? How are you? So we're gonna find out, guys, right? Clearly the chat feels like we're going up. We're getting a bit of a sell-off, a bit of a pullback currently at the moment. We've already had a 400+ point pullback, guys, to the downside. So, and we got about 55 seconds left. We're getting ready. So we're gonna see what happens here. What happens here in the next about 40 seconds. So, all right. So nice size pullback, guys. And I'm going to be patient here. Let this kind of play out, right? If we can get back above these previous candle highs, like 565, then could be looking to join the party to go long. If we lose these lows below 450 area with momentum, that's going to be interesting as well. So we'll see it. We'll see how this plays out, guys. We got about 10 seconds left. We're getting ready for market open here. Get your popcorn and let's enjoy the fireworks. 2 seconds left. Market is open. All right, you lose this 450 area. That's going to be interesting, guys, for a potential downside to this box down here. All right, there's 450 lost.
Order filled.
Took a short here, guys. Gonna try it, right? Not sure if this is gonna be more momentum to the downside, but I'm trying to short up. We'll see if that was a smart play or not. Wanted a short there, getting yoked a little bit. Gonna close that out. Don't like that trade. Wanted a short there, guys, and it didn't work. So I will be a little patient here now and kind of wait to see if we pop above 544. Right? Tried to short it on the way down. Basically had some momentum and got yoked. So we will see. All right, push back up, right back up, that bottom wick. So was a little impatient there, guys, right? In full honesty, not perfect either, chat. So wanted a flush to 387 and didn't get it. So now I got to see how this plays out. And you had a 55-point drop, just had a bad fill, and did not get the momentum. So, and this bottom wick is not looking great for bearish selling pressure, guys, to be honest, right, at the moment. Low of the candle, 432.50. $516. $516.50. All right, so let's see how this plays out here. This is the 5-minute ORB, guys, that's on the chart. That's kind of mapping out. First 5 is always a gamble. Yeah, I mean, I wanted more momentum to the downside, just didn't get it. It happens, guys. And you're getting, I mean, this bottom wick is a little interesting. You got about a minute and 13 seconds left on the current candle. For the ORB to be set. It looks like it's trying to hold here. Within this range. So is this gonna be basically kind of like a higher low setup here trying to form? We're gonna find out. All right, got about 10 seconds left. So this is the 5-minute candles ORB, guys, that you see drawn out on the chart here. You had basically an indecision candle kind of form, right? Because you had a wick at the top and the bottom. So now let's see how this plays out. So 432 would be the area, guys, right, where you're kind of watching to see if it gets flushed to the downside. Or if we get a pop above the ORB high, right? 24,517 is the high, guys, of the ORB. Lorenz 37, thanks D for streaming today. Hey, I appreciate that. All right, so this is not we get back above 520, guys, I will be trying to long, to be honest. So right, which is basically a break of the ORB high. That previous wanted a short on the initial entry, right? Didn't stick to, oh, there it is, right? So there's the push. So let's see what happens here, guys, right? Is this going to be a chop fest, or are we going to get momentum out of this area? So we get chopped here. That's kind of shaping up to be the womp, right? Because you had a nice bottom wick already off the bottom of the zone. You want to see this thing go. You're getting chopped again. So right back down, guys. Right back down. Right back down. All right, so there's a pop again, trying to. You will try it one more time here, guys, to see if we get momentum out of this area, targeting like 600 area or higher. All right, there you go. So from 509, guys, entry is 509. Come on, guys. Nasty price action day today. Got to take that off. Take the profit there, guys. So we had a pop. And let me kind of reposition this back above 444. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, this is a nasty kind of like price action back and forth day, back above 544. I would be looking for more longs. They can finally get up there, guys, and take out the current candle's high. Targeting 660. I was hesitant down there at 519, took it at 334. Nice. Yeah, it's not clean so far, guys. You're kind of getting these knee-jerk reactions, so all right, we broke out above the ORB, so that should be so back above 545. We'll be looking for more upside push, guys. So not super, definitely not a clean kind of like price action so far. Tried a short initially, got chopped, right? Not a great fill. Second trade had some momentum. That kind of died out, and now we're still kind of hanging out. We're right back inside of the range, right? So we got basically the 15-minute candle, guys, is long wick top and the bottom, so that's not great for bulls at the moment. You had a breakout. They're basically trapping both sides at the moment. And like I said, for me, guys, it would have to be back above like 547, 546, 547, looking for longs here, guys. Count's currently red, right? So got to be cautious here and wait for this thing to kind of pick up momentum if that's going to happen. But they're trapping both sides, right? Because you got I mean, a drop down of 50 plus points. You got to push right back up so far of 47 points. That's not good. So I need a break of the previous candle's high, and then I would be targeting up here above 600 level. To 600, right? Which would be about 50 plus points to the upside, guys. All right, there it is. Oh, let's go, baby. There you go, guys. So quick pop there, but actually over. You had a quick pop of over, actually, right at 20 points. Pretty immediately, guys. Entry was 549. Just getting chopped here. All right, so we'll keep an eye out here. That trade is green. Do we have enough momentum to take us up to 600 level, guys? Right, that's the initial target that I wanted. About 600 level. So you're getting like these pops, breakouts really quick. You got to be quick on the trigger, or else you could be getting a chop fest here, which would not be good, right? So we'll see what happens. Current 5-minute candle does not look too hot, struggling. 15-minute chart is green. High of the candle 567.75. But so this is your ORB 15-minute ORB chart, guys, right? This is a 15-minute ORB. And this is chop suey right now. So had a few trades up pretty quickly on a pop, and then you get a retracement right back down, right? So I just mapped out now the 15-minute charts ORB. And you can kind of see how we've been getting this nasty action since 9:30, right? Push to the upside, push back down. And no clear direction. Now, this previous candle, guys, that is a doji candle after a bearish move to the downside, which could be bullish, to be honest, to the upside here, guys. Very interesting 15-minute candle that just closed. Hard to be bearish on that candle, guys. So keep an eye out here for a potential pop back to 567. Because that doji candle, guys, typically is a long signal. So I do like that previous 15-minute candle. Because when you see that, a lot of times you will get a bullish reaction back the opposite direction. So we get back above 544. Longs to the upside could be promising above the top of this area, basically, right? For new highs. Just a little sloppy here. So definitely not an easy open today, chat. So trying to long here from 544 because of the previous 15-minute candle, and see if we can get up here. And chop suey again. Oh, man. So no follow through here, guys. No follow through. No follow through. So kind of like stuck in this range. And if your entry's off, I mean, you're going to be toast because you're just not getting a follow through here. So nasty day. The 15-minute candle is what I was looking at for longs. And when you see this setup, a lot of times you will get a pump, and you got a pump of about 58 points. But, and it's trying to pump again, right? You got to love that, guys. You got to love it. So let's see, 570, 764. Trump speaking? No. Fonz, love your insight, brother. Thanks for your insight. $10 tip. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're just not getting the follow through here, guys. Right, that we typically get. I do like longs above the opening range candle break, right, of 567. I feel like we're going upper. It's just a matter of it kind of giving you the follow through to the upside, because if we're not breaking down, we're gonna head up. Right, it's just a matter of the momentum kind of following through and getting us up above 760, guys. That's the question, right? Can we get up there without having all these crazy pullbacks that we've been getting? So it has not been a clean kind of like price action execution day today.
Thank you for your attitude.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to keep it. What else you gonna do? So the longs here, guys, above the opening range candle break again, right? We've seen this multiple times where at this point we should go because we just put in a higher high, right? Above 24,567, chat. That was the long breakout there. Does price have enough momentum to kind of continue this upside move towards our 650 area or higher? Because if we're not breaking down, the frustration is that we're not kind of following through to the upside, right? So definitely we'll see what happens, guys, with this price action here. You gotta love it. So trying to long there, 15 points. Does it have enough to kind of get up here to the top of the area, guys, right? Here we go again. Chopped again. It's up about 15 points. And it's kind of pushing. No follow through, guys. Nothing. So this is you gotta love it, guys, when it's actually a 800 point move, easy peasy, that probably nobody caught, and then you get chopped here. You get chopped. No follow through. Right back down. Right back down. And the opening range is holding. That's the frustration at the moment. The opening range candle's holding. Right? So we're above. We just closed back above the ORB. A crazy looking bullish candle, but we can't get the follow through to the upside. And you would have to figure that the top of the range, 24,660 would be the area that we kind of get back to, guys, right? If they're going to push it, but and now it's pushing. $660 is the area minimum that you will be probably targeting. There's the breakout, guys. Finally. You gotta love this. You gotta love it, guys. All right. We have like a V-shaped recovery happening. So it's hard to think that we don't at least attempt to get up to 660. We were able to close back above the ORB candles high, guys, on like a V-shaped recovery. But we just, right, so you got like a pop right off the ORB candles. High of 24,567. You want to push down, form a bottom wick, and then we get expansion back out of here. So back above 590, you would be looking for more continuation up. That's how I would have to play it. But definitely not a clean day, guys. Price action wise, you gotta love that. Kind of didn't get followed through. It happens, right? To say the least. But I'm gonna see how we react now. Right at the top of the ORB high, like that 590 area. 1 hour, and this is what I was looking at. The 1 hour candle is extremely bullish, guys. Right, meaning that it has a nice bottom wick. Now it's not a green candle as of yet, but it's that bottom wick on a 1 hour chart is not what you want to see if you're a bear. So Doji can on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, I know. But you almost rather those though, like down here somewhere after like a sell-off versus up here after you had like a little pop, right? But still got to watch it. Because if it gets back above 590, targeting 660, 669. Just had same story that we've had throughout the week, guys. Over the last couple of weeks, right? You get these pushes, and then you get the follow through just kind of dies out. So and it happens. I mean, right? Not every day is gonna be an ideal day, guys. And a lot of times you get kind of like some choppy chop when there's a big move that occurred pre-market, and unfortunately that's what's kind of playing out right now, right? You got like a higher high, broke out, come down, and now I got to be patient to kind of see if this is like a V-shaped recovery that's forming to push up above like 590 up to the top of the range, or is this going to be a lower high and we sell off? That's the question. Friday was on point. Yeah. It's a W, not a V. Here we go. There's always somebody. There's always one. So you can call it a W if you want, but that's not exactly a clean W right now, right? It's kind of like a V shape. You're almost better off calling that a V-shaped recovery. But if you see a W, you see a W. All right, so we just broke that 90 area, guys. And right back down. So far. Going into the close of a 1 hour candle, 4 hour candle. Need to kind of see how this plays out. So I would say the longer we kind of hang out, guys, and we're not putting in like, and we're not able to get back above these, like, you know, the 660 area, etc. That's not great for the bulls. So it kind of needs to pick up momentum if this is going to be an up day, my opinion, right? Pretty drastically to the upside. So 590 from 590 there, guys. You had a quick pop. And then you had a drop right back down, right? You had about a 10-point pop. And this 1 hour candle, it is bearish. A little tricky open as far as kind of like knee-jerk reaction. $606. So when we're talking about patterns, guys, I'm talking about in the immediate. So if you're looking at all the way to the left, yes, right, that would be a cleaner W pattern because you had a drop, push, drop, and then this would be basically a push, and you should be able to get back above 760. So these lows, previous 5-minute candles lows, should hold if we're gonna kind of expand to the upside. So you would be like kind of almost buying on the lows, anticipating that the W pattern is gonna print, targeting up here above 660, guys. You got about 2 minutes. So now we're in the new candle, guys. We are in the new 1 hour candle. New 4 hour candle, right? Previous 4 hour candle was extremely bullish, chat. So trying to long, wow. Look at the pop. You got to be kidding me today, guys. Crazy pop there. Pretty much right away in the long from 597 and then the pullback. So you had a crazy pop there, guys, really quick if you took the long, and then now you're getting a pullback. So it was up like $1,000 really quick, and then you had a pullback there. It's a wizard sleeve pattern. Oh, man. Oh, man. You gotta love it. So, I mean, just look at the follow through, chat. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, you had a pop there, and then now you just got literally chopped 60 points right back down. You gotta love it. And right back inside of the ORB as well. One hour candle starting to sell off. 4 hour candle, like I said, guys, is extremely bullish, right? That's basically because it's including obviously the news release, or the news release, that, if we want to call it that. Swiping and back up. So this is not great, guys. You need something kind of convincing that to kind of show who's in control. Saw the longs as a possibility because you had a doji candle, and the candle, previous 15-minute candle, ended up green. It did pop, but you're getting these knee-jerk reactions, like, right? So if your entry is not right, you're going to get chopped. But you had a 100-point pop on the previous 15-minute candle that just closed. And this is your 30-minute chart. That's kind of looking barcodey at the moment, to be honest. I have tried every size stop getting slammed. Yeah, today it's not easy today, man. I can tell you that. So if you're this is such bad price action. It is. But guys, at the end of the day, right? I mean, hey, every day is not going to be a winning day, chat. And the thing is today might not be one of those days. I'm just being honest. Because you're not getting the follow through that you want, right? Nothing's kind of, so if your entry, I saw basically the 5-minute chart putting in higher lows on the way up, right? Low, higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. So that's bullish. But then it just froze and stopped, right? So, and so far, this is a lower high that was put in, right? So now, if we're able to break above 613, that would kind of signal, and we take out like 648, then you would have to think that there's going to be a lot more upside, maybe 100 points plus, right? Back towards 760, because this lower high kind of setup that's forming, when you kind of look at my arrows on the chart, that would be still intact. So, but if we start breaking these highs, previous candles highs, then bulls could be back in control, right? It's just not clean, right? You're having to buy at levels that, like on the way up, you're buying off wicks, and that's been the price action over the last few weeks. If you're not buying off the wicks, you could get chopped pretty easily. Off the bottom of the wicks, guys, forming, right? Basically, right? Price opens up, forms the bottom wick, and then it spans higher. Crazy looking previous 1 hour candle with that long wick at the bottom. Pretty interesting candle right out the ORB high. Looks like it's waiting on some news confirmation. Yeah, that would have to be from Trump because there's no schedule. I mean, you do have, let me rephrase that, right? Because that would be incorrect. So you did have construction spending at 10 o'clock, guys. But that's not, obviously it wasn't red folder. So guys, what was the news about that made the market go up so much? Basically, Trump kind of saying that they were going to be in at least talks with Iran. Look at this crazy pop right back up, guys. Trying to long here. I like the momentum in the market. So we'll try a long. We'll see if this is going to kind of follow through or kind of dud out again, right? Because that's been the play, guys, right? You get a pop and then it just pulls back on you. So if we stay above 567, which is the ORB, basically candles stop is gonna be there, guys, at 567, right? It gets back to 567. I'm gonna close it out. See if we get a pop here up to maybe 658 or higher. If it loses the ORB low, I mean, we've already know we've gotten chopped multiple times, just no follow through on the trades. Frustrated, but it happens. Like the reaction off the 14 EMA here so far, right? But that we know that doesn't have to hold. So back below basically 567, it would be invalid, guys, for me. And would be targeting up here to the top of this range if they can finally get a break to the upside. 1 hour candle's trying to push, but will it continue? That's the question. And it's not looking too hot. All right, there's a pop, random pop, 10 points, 20 points. Oh man, you gotta love it. Gotta love NQ, guys. 25 points and a push right back down so far. You gotta love NQ, chat. You're gonna have to, right? Like, it's like you're not getting, so you had 25 points there. NQ, man. NQ, guys. Crazy chop open. Yeah, it's not great today, guys. This is a womp, to be honest. You're just not getting these follow throughs. I mean, it's hard to basically want to hold it because, right? It's kind of like if you're up 20, 25, 30 points, why hold it at this point, guys? Because chances are you're going to get chopped. Try it. Now the question is, do we push down here and then kind of expand to the upside because we just held, or do we push immediately, guys, right? So you bust above 622, look out for 660. So it took multiple losses, guys. Got chopped on multiple trades. It happens, right? Today's a choppy day. Choppy open so far. Trying another long. There's the pop above it. And let's see if we got enough momentum to kind of take us finally to 600 level, guys. So that was a quick pop. About 30 points. One at 660. Or higher, but might not get it. 20 points, a little bit over 20 points. That's 25. $627. Okay, so let's see if we can get pop here. There's 30 points. And we can't get above 25 points, guys, right? It's kind of having a hard time here. Got to take it. You got to love it, guys. So that was another 30-point trade. Right at the peak, and then you had a pullback. Oh, this market is crazy today. Not gonna lie, guys. So it's hard to be bearish, though. That's the thing, right? It's hard to be bearish. You're just trying to basically get in at a level that makes sense off of the ORB. That was the entry, and there's that 630 level again. The theory here, chat, for me is that 660 is yesterday's daily candles, or Friday's daily candles area, guys. That could be an area of interest if we're really going to push. And then if we get above that with momentum, look out to the upside here above. I mean, we got all the way up to 750 or higher, chat. So I've just been basically scalping now some of these pops towards that 660, chat, because that's an area that could be a short-term target. 15-minute candle. Previous 15-minute candles, this stream looks pretty good for a pop to the upside, guys. It's hard to not think that we can't, you know, at least attempt to hit that 660 area. But it's just been a nasty price action day on the way up. Kind of back and forth action, and then you'll get a pop out of nowhere. So I would have to be leaning towards that area. That would be the area of interest up here to 660, chat. For the, you know, for an initial target, and then you would be targeting obviously previous pre-market highs. So all right, there's 641. Yep. So, like I said, it's hard to be bearish, but your entries matter when the market's choppy. And as we slowly grind here to the upside, $646. DMONEY, you might be red, but your call outs got me in the green. Real nice start to the week off. Nice. Yeah, it's somebody said they passed a combine. Nice. Yeah, yeah, guys, I got chopped, right? I got chopped on the way up. Had a few good trades, but I'm just kind of calling out what I'm seeing here. Happy to know that somebody's actually making some money. I'm in the green for once, LOL. Yeah, so above 650, guys, you would be targeting more highs. You'd have to be targeting 660 and above, right? Because that's the daily candles high from Friday. So that has to be, in my opinion, a level of interest. So that's where I'm getting that area from. It just was nasty on the way up here. You had a lot of pullbacks, no follow through on some of these trades. So AKA chop fest. But it's hard not to think that they won't at least attempt to get up to 660, right? I mean, we're pretty close, guys. I mean, you know, if it doesn't tap it 100%, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, we're pretty close to it, right? You're within 5 points at this, you know, at the moment. So. All right, there's 660. All right, so there's a 660 tap, chat. And hard to think that we don't kind of span here for higher highs, to be honest. So there's above 660. Now, this would be an area of interest, chat, because the last time we were up here, this is a daily candles level, by the way, chat. Daily candle level, so keep that in mind. Wanted some expansion there. I was able to take a quick long there for a quick pop, right? So I'm going to take this off the table. There's the pop there. You got to love it. So that was that 660 play, guys. Kind of talked through that, right? You want to break back above 650. You're targeting above 660. That was about 30 points higher. So you're starting to get some kind of momentum here to the upside finally with follow through. I'll say that with follow through, right? Because we've had momentum in the market, but kind of died out. And this level, looking immediately to the left, 24,760, guys, could be a level of interest. Make no mistake about it. It was just a nasty, took almost an hour for us to kind of start getting this push here. So the late push. So all right, so got one account green. You gotta love it. Got an account red, got an account green, guys. And that's just the day, to be honest. So, tricky day, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a little tricky today, chat. But hey, you take what you can get, you bounce back where you can bounce back, guys, and you scrap. That's basically it, right? I mean, it's price action was a little choppy on the way up here. Kept getting pullbacks, right? You'll get breakouts down here, then all of a sudden you get a pullback, right? One candle, you're trying to play the breakout, all of a sudden one candle drops 60 points. The next candle is a 60-point recovery, right? and then you get a pullback of about 20 point about like 15 points, and then we're off to the races to the upside, right? So this is that area that you initially wanted on a breakout trade. Today it did not happen. You had the ORB down here. If you broke out of the ORB and you took the long, well, you got chopped on the breakout, right? Because above the long, if you were long and you held it, you were down 50 points. So chances are you probably got stopped out. You could have re-entered once it got back above the ORB high on the 5-minute candle and let it ride. But it's been nasty on the way up, guys. It has been nasty. It's just one day, D-Money. Many more opportunities and green days to come. Don't dwell too much. Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. I'm just kind of giving you a breakdown, right? A run through of the day so far. So we're grinding, guys. Do me a solid if you haven't already. I know it's a nasty day, but if you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do on a crazy chop fest Monday. We got 5,300 people tuned into the show. I think Friday, it's crazy how trading works, guys. I think Friday I had one losing trade out of like 9 trades or something like that, right? And then today you get Chop City. That's trading in a nutshell, guys. I mean, that's how it is. Thanks, D-Money Green. 255 with all the drop. Think I'm gonna take this. Hey, not a bad idea. You just proved to me that on a bad price day, you still make good calls and beat this market. Not all can do that. I have faith in after seeing you do this great job. Hey, Rick Summers, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, every day is not going to be, you're not going to crush it every day, guys. You want to, obviously, right? But sometimes the market is just a little bit more difficult than other days. That's all it is. So, you know, got one account up $1,500, and I got one account that's in the red, guys. That's down over $1,500. So that's just how it is. You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and try to make it seem like it's something it's not, right? Some days you're gonna kill it, some days you're not. So I mean, and I guess the only frustration I have is that I saw this doji candle, guys, and I kind of felt good about the longs, but unfortunately you just had chop on the way up, right? This was that doji candle that I kind of called out when I was trying to play it, right? You just got chopped. There was a lot of, even this candle, like you look at the 15-minute candle here, if you played the breakout above 611, well, guess what? Price dropped down 75 points before pushing higher. So that's just life. So now it remains to be seen what happens. You got 30 minutes left, roughly, on the current 1 hour candle, guys. You got to use that VWAP. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, here comes. This is a 10:30 open. Will we get some kind of cray with little Ray here? Remains to be seen. Kind of hanging out below that 24,660. Friday's daily candles high. Market's been open for an hour, guys. So plenty of time left in the day. Kind of interesting that we don't have a top wick on the current 15-minute candle. So you start to get back above 636, you would be targeting more than likely previous candle high at 685, guys. Right? That's just price kind of building out. Bottom wick to expand higher. So that's what it's looking like it's trying to do. Form some kind of bottom wick and then expand higher, guys. So far, we'll see how this plays out. So, right? Could be targeting back above 657. Because that 15-minute candle, I mean, that bottom wick is nice. You will want to see price kind of pick up now to the upside. I'm trying to long here, guys. Had a quick pop of about 10 points right away on the entry. Trying to target up here to at least 660 area. 635 was the entry. Do we have enough momentum to kind of continue this to the upside? There's 10 points, 15 points. So we'll take that. We'll take the winner there, right? Don't like the hesitation. You had a quick 15 points there, guys. And I'm kind of watching on a 5-minute chart, right? If you can if you get back above 660, could be an area of interest for more upside here to kind of get back to these highs at 750 area. I still feel like there's more upside to come. Oh man, DayTrader took that winner and need to take a deuce. Oh man. Well, sir, you got to do what you got to do. Choppy day for me anyway, so we'll take the winner, guys. We will take it. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid. So, trying to keep the streak alive at 2,000 likes. Got 5,000 people tuned into the show. And, I mean, I do feel like this thing is going to expand here, guys. So I you know, right, kind of take out these previous, you know, you break this doji. I like that doji kind of forming here, because if you break above 654, look out for these highs up here above 690, guys. That would kind of match up, right? But it needs to break it. It needs to break the previous candle's high on the 5-minute chart. If it can't, then no mas, right, for longs. But if it can break, if it can get back above, because when you see like these dojis after like selling pressure that steps into the market, that could be a signal that the selling pressure is over. But the previous candle's high needs to get taken out for that to be valid, and it has not taken it out. So need to be a little patient here. Tim Halfie, what up, man? Let's go. How was Marco Island, sir? How'd you like Marco Island? I already took advantage of my like and subscribe analysis buff. They're missing out, D. Let's go. D-Money just buy already, I know, right? Yeah, like you want to see some previous highs get taken out though, right? Because I mean, now what's interesting here, guys, we have not had a close so far since basically 940 below the 14 EMA. So it's been holding, right? The 14 EMA has been holding. So that could be an indication that that's like a pretty good buy level until it gets broken, because we know at some point we will close below the 14 EMA, guys. Right? And it could be on this candle, who knows? But you are kind of watching that on the way up to the upside, right? You're kind of like watching to see how price reacts. So if you're a trend trader and you're looking for like a bullish trend today, you're looking to see if price can kind of keep the momentum going. Like, so in other words, this would be a buy area, guys. Right off the 14, riding it back up towards 660, right? If your entry was down here at like 605, right? You would have had a pretty good entry there. You would be up about 20 points already. But what a day so far. Feels like it's only 10:39, guys. It feels like it's been longer only because I guess the price action. All right, so buying off the 14 and targeting higher highs would have worked multiple times today. Question is, will it continue, right? Will that kind of like set up here for a pop above 660, or are we going to fall and close below 14 EMA? So far, having a bit of a hard time for the bulls here. They need to pick up momentum, or else you could be looking at a retest of 24,567, guys. High of the opening range breakout, right? Opening range candles high. 15-minute chart. D hasn't D hasn't called out any of the chat weirdness, so you guys need to step it up. Start calling him cute or something. I know, right? It's coming. This is about that time. 10:30 typically is the time where people get a little bit more, feel a little bit more free, if I should say that. I don't know what it is. So just kind of watching here, chat. Do we get a bullish reaction here off the EMAs right back up, or are we going to lose the 14 EMA, 24,596? So if we lose the 14 EMA, guys, and we get a close below it, that could be a signal of more downside to come. So I am curious to see how we react here at the 14 EMA. Seeing that it's been a bullish reactionary level so far, right? Kind of see what happens here. Having a hard time. It's taking a while. Feel like something's coming here, guys, right? Because it's taking a long time to kind of fight this EMA. All right. You're going into, I mean, you're getting close to a 1 hour candle close. And we're just kind of hanging out here. If it closes below the 14, would you be looking for shorts? So if it closes below the 14 EMA, then you could be in store for more retracement to the downside. So that could be a possibility. Yes, could be a possibility. Just have to see how price reacts, right? So right now, this would be the first candle if it's going to close. All right, so there's a dip below the 14. Pretty quick flush there. $17 points. It would be funny if they pop this right back up above 605, guys. Trap some people trying to go short. And then all of a sudden we're back above like oh man. Like the 660 area, that would be hilarious. So this is why you got to kind of wait for those candles to close out, chat, because you see how you had that push right back up. So now, I mean, doesn't mean we can't flush lower, but you definitely don't like that reaction off the lows down there that was just put in, right? That immediate bounce right back up. That's a little trickery if you ask me, guys. Look at this push. Look at this push, chat. So as of right now, we have not closed below the 14 EMA. Let's see if that changes, right? Look at the push here, chat. You gotta love it. Oh, man. Wow. Took that quick pop there, guys. You got to love that. I mean, I saw that price action. I'm sorry. I had to take that long. Make no mistake about it here, chat. Gonna take that off. He had a quick pop. Crazy pop right back up. And I kind of said that, right? It would be crazy if they... You got to love NQ, guys. You got to love NQ. Come on, man. Trickery in motion right out the 14 EMA. You seen it live. Guys. So they refuse so far to get this thing to close back below that 14 EMA, chat. Drop a W in the chat if you took that long. Gotta love it. Slow call. Yeah. Okay. I literally talked through what you wanted to see off the EMA. So I think that's probably why there's so many W's in the chat. So, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I literally talked about it. Never good enough. Yeah, it's never good enough, guys. You literally just had a bullish reaction of almost 50 points off the 14 EMA and somebody saying slow call. So, hey, I love you. Michael, this is not a signal service. Exactly. Next place, sir. Yeah, today's been like a crazy day, guys. All you can do is like kind of laugh about it. One of the accounts up 1,500. The other accounts, I'm itching away at it here, like trying to get it back to the green. But it's been like it's been a chop fest. You're getting like these moves. You can kind of spot now that, I mean, now, you know what's interesting here, chat? This current 5-minute candle is going to close as a bullish engulfing candle as it seems so far, right? Because there's like 15 seconds left on the current 5-minute candle. That would be a bullish engulfing candle right off the 14 EMA. So that's a little interesting there. Is this the push that we needed to kind of get back above these highs at 660? We're going to find out. Very small top wick on the current 5-minute candle as well. And so this is why you take the profit, guys, on a day like today. New candle opens up immediately down 40 points. Right back to the downside. You gotta love that. Immediately down 40 points. Very small top wick. If it loses 24,579.25, not great, right? Because you're challenging opening range candles high, 24,567. So you would want to see like a bullish reaction here if you're a bull. Kind of build out a bottom wick and then expand higher to the upside, guys. And form out that top wick that it does not have, but remains to be seen if that's going to play out or not. We're going to find out here shortly. Got 3 minutes left on the current 5-minute candle. Now we are going into the last 10 minutes. Let me rephrase that, chat. We're well within the last 10 minutes of the current 1-hour candle closing out. So the play so far today has been buy the bottom of the wicks and buy off the bottom of the wicks on these retests and ride it back to the upside, guys. Right, that's what's been happening. Getting in on the bottom of the wicks and then riding it back up because that kind of protects your entry. Look at this top wick or bottom wick starting to form. Wow, guys. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So you're looking at this top wick. You get back above 630. Look out above 660, chat. Basically, because we do not have a top wick on the current 5-minute candle, so that's the thought process, right? You get back above like 630, building out that top wick is going to try to push back above 647 and obviously 660. That would be like the thought process there. So, but if you're entering off of, looks like some people took that long. Congrats, right off the bottom wick. Somebody said we're going lower. We could very well. You just have to kind of notice the 1-hour chart, small body, right? Long wick, top and the bottom. That's indecision going on. There's a battle between the bulls and the bears. But never fear, the BDH is here. Choppy day or trending day. We're out here doing it. So you get back above 630, you're targeting new highs, guys. We lose the 14 EMA. We know that's been a trend, basically, kind of like holder that, and it's not great. I will say this, it's not great that we just broke back above it with a bullish engulfing candle. Now we're having a hard time getting back above the 14. That's not great, guys, for bulls. So I will say that. Could be a little trickery going on here. All right, so we did not close, believe it or not, below the 14. That's hilarious, guys. Still haven't closed so far below it. Let's see if this candle has enough momentum to take us lower. Or are we going to pop right back up? So you got basically, this thing is kind of building out as so far like some lower highs, guys. See that? So need to be careful here. So we did not break that previous high at 730. We put in a lower high, now another lower high. So not looking too hot here at the moment for bulls. You're right in the middle of that range currently, so sit tight for any good move, but definitely more room to the upside. Yeah. So overall, I mean, it's clearly, you know, we know that. I mean, you see the reaction right back up here, guys, right? So you just need it to kind of pick up. But if we lose that 14 EMA, look out to the downside. I mean, you'd have to say, at least in the short term, we're going to get some kind of downside selling pressure that kind of steps into the market. That's what it's feeling like. So 1 hour chart, keep in mind the previous candle, guys, nasty, put in a higher high already. I mean, this is a nasty, look at this 1 hour chart, guys. Look at the 1 hour candle. Was able to put in a higher high compared to the previous 1 hour high, but very small candle body. So basically when you kind of see this, that's like indecision, chop fest time. And something's coming, right? So just kind of keep that in mind, chat. If we lose these previous candles lows, like below 586, look out towards lower 500s or lower, because you got the opening range candles low sitting at 24,432. So just need to see how we react here. Technically, this should be like, if we're gonna kind of continue to uptrend here, guys, that should have been the low, like a higher low like setup kind of formed in the market, and then we push back out of this to the upside, right? So if we're gonna flush though, then obviously we're gonna start losing these lows below like 24,579. Just buy the market and close the chart. Yeah. That's basically right. Get in at a good price and probably close it out and let it ride, guys, to 760. That's what it almost feels like, because you're going to get, naturally you're going to get these retracements on the, even if they're going to push it higher, you're still going to get retracements, guys, on the way up. That's just how the market works. So if you're looking for clean price action, today's not the day for that, right? Because it hasn't necessarily been clean. All right, this is a new 1 hour candle, chat. This price pushed down now, forming some kind of bottom wick, and then expand to the upside. That previous candle had a long wick at the top and the bottom. So you would want to see it kind of expand now to the upside pretty rapidly, right? Get back above like 650 area with momentum. So if price was waiting on that 1 hour candle to close, it just closed, and now we get a pop. We get a pop here, guys, back to the top of this range at like 657 area or higher. And there it is, right? There's the pop, 636. And that's just looking at the previous 1 hour candle, guys. Price pushed down for some kind of bottom wick and then kind of pushes up maybe towards like 660 or higher. Oh, man, this thing. Crazy today, guys. There's about 10 points on the pop. Was able to catch a few points there. Couldn't even switch over. It already started to run. This thing is itching towards, in my opinion, guys, more upside on a crazy pop here above 688. Look out. Because new 1 hour candle open up, forming the bottom wick, and then we're off to the races here, guys. There's 663. You gotta love it. $667. Let's go, baby. You gotta love that, guys. There's the high break that was kind of sitting up there. There's let's go, baby. 677, guys. You gotta love it. Gonna take that. One of the best trades of the day. I think that was the best trade of the day. You gotta love it. Come on, man. So there's that high break. It doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish, guys. So drop a W in the chat if you took the long there. We had a pretty explosive move to the upside, guys. Got chopped earlier today. And fighting back here, right? You gotta love that. Back in the green now by 35. Hey, that's a recovery. You got to take it, man. Right? Today wasn't an easy market open, guys. In all honesty. So if you took the long, drop a W in the chat. Do me a solid if you haven't already, guys. Hit the like button. Got to get over 1,000 likes, guys. Looks like we're, or 2,000 likes. Looks like we're at 1,900. We got 4,900 people still tuned into the show. So do me a solid, hit the like button if you're not subscribed to the channel. You know what to do. We just out here trying to make a little monies. So I do feel that we're going downtown. We're going upside. We're going upside here, guys. Right. So keep an eye out. This level, 24,763 would be the area of interest because that's previous highs. About 100 points away from there at the moment. And I feel that we're going to head up there. So based off the structure that's kind of forming on a chart. Did you catch any of that, Xavier? Yeah. So yeah, I showed that I just showed that trade. That trade was great with Lil Ray. I just showed that. So these accounts are green, guys. Had multiple trades. You guys saw that this morning that got chop suey. So this is the account that's up 1565. And then you got the other account. I didn't copy trade obviously today. Thank God I didn't, because that would have been, they would have been bye-bye, guys, to be honest. You're doing an excellent job, D-Money. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, the other account's up 1590, guys. So it is what it is. Choppy day today, not the best price action. You guys saw me take multiple losing trades, trying to kind of ride the momentum on the breakouts that didn't have a lot of momentum in them. And then all of a sudden we start grinding to the upside. It's crazy when you look back, and I still kind of feel the same, that this was the start of it, guys, for me when I saw that bullish candle, right? Bullish doji, but this was not smooth, right? It looked smooth on the 15-minute chart, but we know that between 945, right, you had like this push, reaction, bearish, right? You had these pushes, guys, and then you're thinking that it's ready to break out, and then the next candle drops over 50 points, or right at 50 points. That's hard to, right? Look at this, 69 point drop. So if you try to play the breakout, top of the range, you're up a few points, you're feeling good. I think at one point I was up on one of these trades, like what, 15 points, guys, 20 points, and then it just pulled back. And you had a crazy reaction for a drop, 66 points. So it is what it is. No new high. Yeah, it could very well. I do feel that we're going to put in a new high, guys, above 24,763. I think it's just a matter of time, right? We have not closed below the 14 EMA yet, chat. So you see what I was looking for here, guys, when I'm talking. So if you kind of listen to what I'm calling out, it's playing out, guys. And yes, the EMAs are lagging indicators, but you're still looking at market structure along with the EMA. So you're not just going out the EMAs. You can't, right? But see how you got a low, higher low, right? Respecting the 14 EMA, and then you get an expansion crazy pop. Previous 5-minute candle basically just popped 84 points to the upside here, guys. And that's what you're looking for if it's going to be a trend day. You want to see price very well respect the EMAs on the way to the upside in this case, right? So nothing right now is kind of saying to get short. However, you had these pullbacks that are just as violent as the move to the upside, right? So you had a pop here at 10:05, then you had a pullback of 98 points, and then you had expansion back out of it to the upside. So this candle should, let's see if it's able to pop the previous candle's high at 24,624. If that's the case, then check look out for 687. You got 700 level, and then you got obviously the high up here at 763. Let's map that out because that should be kind of highlighted. All right, we just popped the previous candle's high. You got like 10 seconds left on the current candle, right? 5-minute candle chat. So it remains to be seen now how we react up here. So we're hanging out above 24,660. Friday's daily candles high as well. So Rhombus, DMONEY, you're the best at narrating the price action. Hey, I appreciate that. I try, guys. I definitely try. Even on days where you guys saw that, guys, I took multiple losses at the beginning of the stream because we just couldn't get follow through, right? Took a short, little unconventional for me to kind of enter early, but I enter early. I'm human just like everybody else, guys, right? My entry wasn't the best. Got chopped on the first trade, and then start looking for basically longs after I saw kind of like some momentum I felt step into the market to the upside, but it's been a grind today, that's for sure, to say the least. Good for you, D. Appreciate the humble. Yeah, guys, I'm just being myself, right? I mean, I can only be myself, chat. So, you know, you're gonna see the losses and you're gonna see the win. I mean, that's what trading is, chat. I mean, and I say this all the time, guys. Don't think that just because, you know, you see somebody streaming on the internet that I was talking to my brother about this last night. Funny story. Keep an eye out, though, above 687, guys, for a break above 700 for more upside here. So basically, I was talking to my brother last night, and I was having a conversation, and we were talking about, you know, I was telling him, like, you know, it's a battle because he's in the process of trying to, you know, he has a Apex funded account or a couple Apex funded accounts, and he's grinding, trying to get the payouts, guys, and you know, so I'm sharing with him some ups and downs throughout the process. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm like, you're going to lose some accounts. Don't think that you're not. Because, you know, just chop suey, you got, you know, you can't be wrong on a trade. You can't, you know, whatever it is, guys. Right? Like you're human. So it gets frustrating. You guys actually heard me say that today. I'm like, it's a little frustrating because you can see that. I saw that.
$, how you manage the losses in this type of market.
I saw that we were trying to push up. It just, the follow through was the frustration part because if you enter at the wrong level, you're getting chopped. And that to me, guys, is like the most frustrating price action because you can have the direction right, but your entry is like, right? Like if your entry's wrong, you're still going to get chopped. So that's like more frustrating for me than just taking a straight loss on a trade because it's like you had the direction down, but your entry, you just couldn't time it right. Carlos Real, 1963, how do you manage losses in this type of market? I think you kind of saw that today. I mean, you don't want to oversize. You gotta still be confident in yourself because it's you against you at the end of the day. And I think it could be frustrating because you're like, you know, you see a setup that you've taken multiple times that works, and for whatever reason it didn't work, right? Like whether that's chop suey, whether that's, you know, it just taking a long time to kind of get momentum. Like, because if you guys think about it today, this is the opening range, 930 candle high, guys, right? And then you had a break above it if you're a momentum trader, but you got these long wicks on the way up. So it's kind of like it was not a clean breakout, right? So you just got to size appropriately, be confident in yourself, and know when a trade's invalid for you, and don't be afraid to scrap it, right? Because chances are there'll be some good setups coming. We had some pretty good trade setups. I think the last trade I called out, guys, that was taken was probably the best trade of the day. right? This crazy candle right here. That was what? I think it was above the previous candle high was 58 points, but off the EMA, you've been getting these crazy reactions off the EMA so far. Total candle itself was like 80 points. Size appropriately, still have confidence in yourself, and you know, go from there. Do you normally go as big as 3 minutes? No, typically I'm 1 to 2 and that's it. Why didn't I take the long break? Well, we had because you need to see how price, in my opinion, reacts up here above 24,662. Because you've already, remember, this is a daily candle high from Friday, and you had momentum here, but see all right. So this is the thing, chat. So you're looking for, when you get expansion, like after like some selling pressure to the downside and you get expansion to the upside, you're looking at how you want to look at how price reacts, in my opinion, at the highs, right, that it just put in. So it put in a high up here at 24,682, but you see how we're kind of slowing down now, and the candles have gotten smaller. Like this candle got smaller, the body. You got a bullish doji candle, and we're able to pop that high on the next candle, but then we pull back and close bearish. That's not great for bullish structure, in my opinion, right? Because we should have had enough momentum to continue to the upside. So right now there's a battle going on at this like resistance or support area, right? Because technically we broke out above it, so it should kind of act, this daily candles level should kind of act, you want to see if it can form some kind of support here and then continue higher. Because the last time we were here, we had a sell-off back to the downside. So you're watching to see how price reacts now. Because, you know, and it's a little clear if you draw basically a resistance area. So you're just waiting to see how price reacts. You got to be cautious up here. We hit 2,000 likes, guys. I appreciate the support. I don't take it for granted, even on a choppy day, chat. I know it's not ideal price action, right? Obviously for myself as well. So I appreciate the support. I don't take it for granted. If you're new to the channel, we rock out Monday through Friday. No later than 9 a.m. Out here trying to make a little money. So, yeah, I need to be cautious because this is having some issues right now. Does not mean that we can't continue to put in more upside here, guys, but we are having an issue now. And strangely enough, we had a bearish reaction right at the 200 EMA on the 1 hour chart, and we started to have that wick off action right back down. So need to see how this plays out. So if you're a bull, you would love to see, okay, we're getting some selling pressure, kind of stepping into the market at the moment. Are we able to build out some kind of higher low, and then we continue to span back towards 700? You've become one of my favorite podcasts, the Larry 383. Let's go. I appreciate the kind words. We definitely try. So definitely appreciate it, guys. I mean, it's humbling. I don't take it for granted, chat. But make no mistake about it. Sometimes it's not always peaches and cream, meaning that you don't get ideal price action. We know that we've had a rough price action. I think that's the other thing, chat, because we all know, like, you come to the charts if you didn't trade overnight or if you didn't trade that 7 o'clock pop, right? So if you were you didn't look at the market pre-market, you had a crazy pop at 7:05, right? Roughly 850 points to the upside, and then you had like this. We're kind of ranging now, guys, right? We are kind of ranging, and a lot of times that range could kind of signify that, because if you draw like from the high up here, we're kind of stuck in a range now, right? We had a 400 plus point pullback before market open, and then we just been kind of slowly grinding back up. So need to see how this plays out. That's it. But a lot of times when price puts in a big move, it will range for an extended period of time before resuming that move to the upside in this case, or giving us some selling pressure to the downside, chat. T's be trades. I may have lost an account, but DMONEY smile makes me feel like I got a max payout. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's not today was not easy, chat. I'll tell you that. 25 points, nice. Yeah, I mean, I think you have to try to size appropriately based off of the conditions that you're dealing with and be able to recognize it. Got to be able to recognize that right, we're getting chop suey, and then you're trying to kind of react. So now this is the question, guys. Does the market have enough momentum, the bulls, to kind of take us back higher off this level, right? Because this technically should be like a higher low, and then you get a bullish reaction back up if the market is going to push or continue that uptrend that we've been kind of trying to form. So that's the question, guys. Nice reaction there. There you go. You gotta love that. Bullish reaction right back up, chat. Right off that level. Had drawn out, right? Which would kind of form a higher low. That was a thought process. And now you would be targeting basically up here towards 661, right? They're going to continue this. You should get more momentum to the upside here. So and I mean, that happened like almost instantly, guys, right off the level. I mean, you got to love that. 30 plus points. Great with Lil Ray. So a lot of momentum in this candle, right? I mean, it's pretty convincing here, guys. Off those lows, pretty convincing push right back up. So if you're able to, you got about a minute and 30 seconds left on this candle. So you're kind of watching to see how this thing kind of plays out. Get back above 653, you're targeting top of this range, possibly like 688. So above 653, this current candle's high, you're targeting for like 680 level or higher, guys. You just need this thing to kind of push with momentum to kind of take us up there, and you're targeting basically these highs up here at like 690 area if it can get going. You had an immediate reaction off the gray box. That was a support box. You got about 40 seconds left on the current candle, so you're kind of watching to see how this thing kind of plays out. And then you are looking for a continuation, right? So if it's able to hold the 14 EMA, popping these highs, then you're... And the current 15-minute candle looks cray-cray with Lil Ray Ray, guys. Meaning that more upside. There's the pop. Yeah, 15-minute candle looks like it wants to at least try to get up to 685. Got to be cautious, though. All right, so you had a bullish closer, no top wick, current 5-minute chart. So if it pushes down, form a bottom wick, which it's currently doing, gets back above 650, you will be targeting for 690 or higher. If you want more conservative, right, you're like, okay, above 660 because that's the previous candle's high. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, bit of a pullback. And this is kind of frames up the day that we've been having. Bullish pin bar candle, new 5-minute candle opens up, no top wick, pushes down 30 points immediately, still dropping. You gotta love that. So 1 hour candle right now, it's having a hard time, guys. You got a long, crazy wick at the top. That's not great, right? Top wick on the current 1 hour candle is roughly 78 points. But you're just kind of watching here to see, like, will you get a reaction? Will you get a reaction off of this level again? So you're watching like 24,605. The last time we were down here, you had a pretty quick reaction right back up. So that remains to be seen if that's going to occur again, right? You're watching this box to see if these lower highs are going to be held up. Double top. Yeah, so far. That's definitely an area where price is having a hard time kind of breaking through, right? That 24,000, like 690 at the moment. No top wick on the current 5-minute candle. So we'll see how this candle closes out. You got about 55 seconds left, guys, for this candle to close. We'll see how it closes out. That'll put us at 11:30. Pretty happy I'm locked out, LOL. Yeah. No red folder news today. Trump, hold my beer. Yep. That's, hey, when you right, you're right. That's exactly what happened today. That's exactly what happened today. It's unfortunate that I wasn't able to catch that 7 o'clock pop to the upside, right? I think we all would have wished we could have caught that, but. So is this area going to hold up, guys, or are we going to fall through the floor? So can we hold 590 area? It remains to be seen. All right, so we tapped 597. You had a reaction of about 30 points right back up so far. No top wick on the previous 5-minute candle. 15-minute chart. It looks like it's, it's a little indecisive. 30-minute candle. It's interesting here, guys, because you had that bearish candle, then you had a bullish candle that closed with a long wick at the top, but it's trying to push back up right to the upside. So 1 hour candle is trying to push as well. 4 hour is bullish. Long wick though, top and the bottom. So could be in for some kind of back and forth action. So what I've noticed, guys, I start kind of like looking at this, like when it's choppy, like, if we're in a choppy period of the market, you're almost looking to buy low off like previous lows, and you're kind of putting your stop below the lows, right? So like here, see how you got 590, stop would be like 580. So you give it 10 points. When it dips inside of this little support area, you try to ride the pops back to the upside, and you would have got quick pop there, about 30 points, but we could be in for a little bit of a range here until the market kind of makes up its mind on what direction they want to go now, because like I said, you got these long wicks on a higher time frame. Is PW in the Middle East? No. He's actually racing trophy trucks, San Felipe. You gotta love it. So in Mexico, so he's doing the pre-run in the next couple days, it looks like, and then qualifying on Thursday. Races on Saturday, guys. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm sure he'll be posting in his X and IG. I'm sure he'll be dropping some content there. I'm not sure. I know looks like he's gonna stream the race live, so that'd be cool to check out. And I'm not sure if he'll be doing any other streaming this week other than that. So, but rest assured, don't you worry. If he is, you will. If you're subscribed to the channel, you will get a notification when he's live. So kind of watching this area to see what happens from a price action standpoint, guys, to see if it holds up or not. That's the question. If it dipped below 595, might get to around 525. Yeah. So, I mean, keep in mind, you do have 24,567 here. I do see the 50 EMA on the 5-minute chart, chat, sitting at 24,520 area. So that could be an area of interest. Make no mistake about it. We know that we've had a crazy pop to the upside and prices. So what I've noticed is when price kind of you get a bullish momentum play to the upside, guys, and then it starts grinding higher, right? You got a pop here, got a low, got a pop here, higher low. You got a pop here, higher low, right? You got another pop here. And this should be a higher low if it's going to continue. If we start losing this, remember, there could be a lot of downside coming here, chat, just because of that crazy pop pre-market. So make no mistake about it. You just got to be able to shift and pivot based off what the market's giving you. That's all. Finally got closes below the 14 EMA. That's not great for bulls, chat. Because that could be a signal that the short-term upside potential has temporarily kind of died out a little bit. And you would be targeting for towards that 50 EMA sitting at 24,518. So got to see how this plays out. So we've had 2 candles basically closed down here. Haven't had a candle closure since basically 8:05 or so. And there's the flush to the downside, guys. Look out. Look out. There she goes. So there's 24,563. You got to love it. $45-point flush. One triumphant fart from Trump and it goes straight north again. Yeah, so for sure. Now, keep in mind, chat, that does not mean that, we got to be, that the momentum is, that you got to be super bearish. It just means that we could be getting a deeper retracement because in the short term, we've had, right, price try to push higher. And now that that's kind of shifting a little bit, you might be in for some downside, more downside here. That's all in the short term. So you do have the kind of pointed this area out. Could be a level of interest, 518, right? They're going to flush it. Remains to be seen. Got to be patient and see what happens. You got 1 minute, 35 seconds left on the current 5-minute candle. And we know that price does not move in a straight line. So even if they're going to flush this down, guys, you're going to get these reactions, right? On the way to the downside. But I would say look out here. Could be looking at 515. To the downside, guys. Quick short there. And we got a quick flush. All right. There's more 538. Let's go, baby. Gonna take that, guys. I will take the drop there. Just kind of taking what's in front of me. Saw the break of basically the 24,567 was trying to target new lows. You had about a 33-point drop. And you got about 26 seconds left on the current 5-minute candle. So now you have to shift your thought process, guys, to semi-bearish temporarily. Doesn't mean that it has to be for the whole rest of the day, etc., right? But when you look at the 1 hour candle that's extremely bearish, you have to be leaning that direction, right? You had a pretty clean break off the 200 EMA to the downside, starting to pick up momentum here. If we lose previous candles low in the 1 hour chart, 24,527.50, then you could be targeting the daily candles, the daily range low, because keep in mind, we're back inside of the 15-minute ORB chat. So now, if you're looking for shorts, price pushes up, form a top wick, and then continues down to that 514, 516 area. Because it formed a top wick. So do they have enough momentum now to kind of flush this lower, guys, towards that 518 level, or are we going to get a bullish reaction right back up? So if we lose these lows with momentum, look out for 513 or lower. There you go. A little bit of downside there. But you got to push right back up. So definitely an interesting area here, because you got to be careful, right? So it was able to put in a low at 523. Look at the bullish reaction. Right off the 14 EMA on the 15-minute chart. You're eyeing that. So yeah, 513, guys. That would be the initial kind of like area, right? If they're going to flush, if they hold this level, you're kind of looking for any kind of area. There's nothing really, to be honest. They already flushed a low. They flushed the low of the previous 1 hour candle. They popped through the high of the previous 1 hour candle as well, right? This current 1 hour candle was able to put in a higher high and a lower low. So that's telling you that there's indecision kind of going on, and need to be a little watchful here to see how price reacts. You had a break below opening range candle. We're back inside the range. The low of the range where I'm getting that 413 or lower, 513 or lower, guys, is because we're back inside the range. The 15-minute candle's ORB, and the low of that candle is all the way down at 432, chat. So that's where I'm getting that level from, that we could be in for a flush McGush if they kind of pick up momentum to the downside, right? To at least attempt to get to the bottom of the range. But we got to find out. Do they have enough momentum to take us there, or are they going to knee-jerk this thing right back up? So having a hard time breaking down so far. If it happens, guys, it's going to come quick because, right? So I would just say be cautious at this area. You had a reactionary level reaction off. You had a bullish reaction off the 14 EMA. So they could be ready to yoke it back the opposite direction. Haven't really seen the follow through, right? Put in a low, and then now you're kind of getting right off the 50, right? Just kind of bounce back up. You got 4 seconds left. That's not great if it closes as a doji candle. All right, now it closed bearish. It was bullish. To kind of see how this thing plays out there, right? So the low of the previous candle, 24,517, is right at the 50 EMA. That was the initial target on the break of opening range candles high. Got pretty close. And there's 513, right? So let's see if they have enough momentum here to flush this thing, guys. So 432 is the bottom of the range. It looks like they want that bottom of the range, guys, right? That's what it's looking like. You had a bearish reaction. Now, I would say this candle, the current 5-minute candle, if it's able to close below the 50 EMA, that's extremely bearish on the 5-minute chart. And you would be oh, there it is. Wow. Quick flush there, guys. Wowzers. She gone. So 432 could be in play here. Bottom of the range, guys, right? Took a long time to kind of make up its mind, but they are attempting to at least flush this thing to the downside. We got to see if there's if the momentum kind of continues, but at the moment you're getting some selling pressure here stepping in. I'm long now, 24,488, looking for 24,600. Yeah. I don't know if I would be long right now. I don't like that 1 hour chart is telling me not to be long right now. I'm just being honest. Current 1 hour chart. It's a little heavy, in my opinion. Now, if I start seeing basically 5-minute candles start taking out previous candles highs, then that's a different story. But until then, I can't be long. Could be a trap, right? To kind of flush lower. And keep in mind, we're back inside the 15-minute ORB. So definitely want to see candles start taking out previous candles highs on the 5-minute chart before I'm looking for longs. But if you're playing it like off a support level, I mean, I understand what you're looking at. I would just say that higher time frame doesn't give me a lot of confidence right now to be long. Be targeting possibly 432. I like danger. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's oh, man, you got to love it. I mean, if your entry was Chandra trades W back up in accounts now. Let's go. It's heavy for a long. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I've called out, guys, multiple trades that you could have taken here that played had a choppy open. We know that, right? Called out multiple trades that once we start to kind of stabilize a little bit, you you know, if you took some of those call outs there, you should be in decent shape, to be honest, right? If your sizing wasn't crazy on some of the initial trades at the open, I'll say that. So now if we're going to remain bearish, you don't want us back above 538, guys. That's wouldn't be too great for bulls, right? Because you're taking shorts, because you're taking out previous candles highs. So you're watching to see if we get a sell-off here right at the EMA. More selling pressure stepping into the downside, and we flush below 485. Right? If we start taking out previous candles highs, you got to be on high alert for potential of more upside to come. So I would be looking for, all right, we got a rejection here. Can we flush 486 and target 432? Right, if that's going to continue, right? If we're going to continue down. If we get back above the 50 EMA, that's not great, because that should act as some kind of resistance, and then we kind of continue the downside momentum for lower lows, guys. Kind of trap some people thinking that the party's over, and then all of a sudden she you know, flushes to the floor. So got to see how this plays out. Definitely would be short bias until otherwise. There it is. There it is, guys. Quick flush. So you're getting a bearish reaction off the EMAs. And I would have to be leaning towards shorts until we pop previous candles highs, chat. So nothing's changed for me on that standpoint. Like I said, until we start popping previous candles highs. You know, other than that, you're just getting retracements for further downside here. That's all. And took a quick stab there. Guys. There you go. There you go, guys. Couldn't even switch over. You gotta love it. There's 432. Come on, man. You gotta love it. If we were not able to take out the previous 5-minute candles high, you're looking for shorts. Don't say I didn't tell you. About an 84 point drop to the downside. And that's that 432 was actually we just had a reaction right off the opening range candles low, chat. That's where I got that number from. So we're starting to get cleaner price action as we move forward. Drop a W in the chat if you took the short there. This account is actually up $1,940. So you got two accounts up $1,500. This account's up $1,900, guys. What a crazy trading day, to be honest. Because we had chop suey at the open. But like I said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And if you can, you know, if you keep chugging away and you're able to kind of reprice that short there, guys, and it moves so quick. I mean, that's one of those setups, right, where it kind of moves so quick that it's, you know, by the time it's already in momentum, guys. I mean, this was an 86 point candle to the downside. So, right. So if you're a 1 minute chart trader, well, what am I talking about? Well, this 1152 candle basically was 77 points. So that happened pretty quick there, chat. So if you're a long bias, I hate to tell you, but that's what I was kind of seeing, right? That we're back inside of the opening range. And a lot of times, if you can't get back above the opening range, guys, you're going to at least try to attempt to get to the bottom of the range. And that played out. Oh man, for some reason I decided to fade D-Money and I got smoked. Yeah, Cody, it happens, man. Trust me, right? And I'm not trying to, you know, I mean, I think you understand I'm not trying to be like sarcastic or anything. I'm just basically saying that it's, you know, the way that I trade, guys, is if I kind of use the EMAs, and here's more downside, chat. Make no mistake about it, because like I said, you know, when you start seeing price, keep in mind, chat, if you think back to earlier, we had a point in time where we were not able to close below the EMAs, right? I kept saying that. We have not had a price close below the, you know, a candle close below the 14 EMA. Once that started to happen, chat, that's a signal. And now that applies when you got market structure that's bullish, right? Or bearish. So you had a low down here, higher low, push to the upside, push higher high, push to the downside, right? Higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Swipe of the previous candle's highs up here. Once that breaks, guys, and you're able to get kind of like momentum stepping into the market, a lot of times that's a signal of a trend change to the downside, right? And you're looking for reactions off the EMAs, and you want EMAs to be respected. And I literally said that as long as candles are putting in lower highs, guys, and they're not taking out and we're below the EMAs, that's you can't, it's hard to be long biased there, because you need price to get back in momentum to start kind of pushing, right? And you got more downside here. Here's a break below opening range candles low at 24,432. And I saw that 1 hour candle was super heavy, guys. That was the other thing that I kind of called out. That candle was too heavy for me to want to get long at the moment, right? See how it's super bearish now? It's hard to want to fight that on the 5-minute chart, because you know that there's a lot of bearish momentum in that 1 hour candle. So when you see a doji, when do you enter to confirm? Yeah. So if you guys notice, this was a bearish doji candle. That's the opposite of what we look for when you're trying to look for longs, guys. And the reason why is because it was bearish, right? It wasn't a bullish doji, it was a bearish doji. So that's just basically a pause right before continuation down. And make no mistake about it, guys. So you can enter right on the open of the candle. Stop would be back above the doji, to be honest, right? So in this case, you would have had, you know, about a 24-point stop, but you're targeting new lows, or at least kind of breaking the doji's low, 21 points right in below the EMA. So if you wrote this down, I mean, you already know. I mean, to be honest. So there it is. There's the shorts playing out. You got to love that. 4 hour candle, super bearish as well, guys. Cray with Lil Ray Ray. So I think today is a good example, chat, of hey, you're gonna lose some trades, you're gonna get chopped occasionally, etc., guys. But once you can, you know, if you're still, now the question is gonna be, are you sized appropriately? Are you able to take some profit off the table to start kind of fighting back? And every day is not gonna be peaches and cream, chat, where, you know, you're just gonna get these monster. And look at it, this thing is gone. She gone to the downside, guys. So you gotta love that. Do me a solid if you haven't already, chat. Hit the like button. I feel like I'm dropping a lot of sauce, even on a day that started off as a chop fest, and now we're starting to get kind of like some solid movement in the market. If you're not subscribed to the channel, this is your first time rocking out with the BDH. We appreciate the support. We don't take it for granted. If you hit the subscribe button, you'll get a notification when we're live. If you're a loyal viewer of the stream, you know how we feel about you. We love you. We love you. Let's go. So Cray Cray with Lil Ray Ray. D-Money, just another casual 100-point drop. I know. That's what I'm saying, chat. It's that's why, yeah, when you see, now I will say in full transparency, guys, I've been that trader that have tried to basically, when I see a heavy 1 hour candle and I'm thinking that this is a reversal, right? It has to reverse. It has to reverse, right? And I start trying to basically kind of build my entry to go long. I had to learn the hard way, chat, that it's easier to kind of ride the momentum in the direction that the market's currently trending. And then once you start seeing clues that the bulls are stepping in, then you're trying to join for longs. All right, I had to learn the hard way, guys. I.e. blowing accounts, because I had to basically pick the bottom instead of waiting for a price structure to kind of tell me that it could be a bottom being put in temporarily, right? And a temporary bottom, chat, could be previous candles highs getting taken out, right? That could be a previous indication that we're starting to reverse. Doesn't mean it has to happen 100% of the time. Absolutely not. But you get my drift on that. I think now that we've reached the box, we could be going back up. Yeah, we could. So this is keep an eye out here, chat. This could be an interesting area, because this is like a support area that was drawn out. I had drawn out from 8 o'clock, guys. Right? So the last time we were down here, like 24,340 area, we had a bullish reaction back up. So, yeah, and you're getting that right now. You had to dig into the box, and then you had a bullish pop of about 44 points right back outside of the area. So need to watch this to see how we react. Look at this pop right back up, chat. Cray Cray with Lil Ray Ray. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. So pretty good pop, reactionary level played out, right? If you took the long there, congrats. 58-point pop roughly back outside of the support area. Now that in my opinion would have been a safer long, right, chat? Because at least you can kind of put your stop below the gray box. So if you got in at like 370, your stop is like 340 area, right? Swiping the low, previous candle's low down there. And you're targeting probably a 1-to-1 at least. So drunk trader, Cray Cray with Ray Ray. What does that mean? Hey, I got a lot of sayings. You just got to rock out. You'll hear all of them. I don't know when I started that, but I've been saying that for a while, guys. Even before being a streamer / trader on YouTube. You got to love it. So now, I mean, if you missed that short, we had an pretty epic drop there, chat, right? That had a quick flush. If you didn't catch that, then maybe you're trying to set up for a trade. But if you caught that drop to the downside towards 24,432, you're looking for basically, okay, the reaction here. You know, is price able to get back above the opening range, get back inside the opening range, which would put us above 24,432, or are we gonna have kind of like a stall out here and then we sell back off to the downside? Remains to be seen. Gotta wait and find out here, guys. But I mean, I think definitely not the easiest trading day initially at the open, chat. And the reason why I kind of harp on that is because you need to understand, especially if you're new to trading, if you've been trading for a while, you know that there's going to be choppy days. There's going to be days where the price action is pretty clean, and it's like, oh man, this is great. This is easy, right? The breakout trades play out, no drawdown, and you just kind of float throughout the day, and then everything's perfect. But it's always a little funny when you start getting cleaner price action later on, right? So we started getting had some pretty good pops to the upside, but then clearly the momentum trades. We had a pretty nice trade here at 11 for a pop, kind of called that out, right, for a nice pop. That crazy candle was 80 points. Then once we start kind of losing the EMAs, guys, right, that's when the momentum kind of shifted to the downside and start navigating towards shorts. You're getting some kind of reaction here off of this box so far. D, do I have to love it or can I love it if I want to, though? Yeah, I know, right? Oh, man. Never fear. If you thought I forgot, the weather forecast is here. For Fort Lauderdale today, guys, I got to be honest today, chat. Today, I know there's, you know, somebody's going to say whatever, but in my ideal, I mean, for March, chat, this is almost a perfect day. Fort Lauderdale right now, currently sunny. The high today is 81, chat. It's going to be 81 degrees. It's 78 degrees right now, and it's sunny, guys. No chance of rain. The next 4 or 5 days in Fort Lauderdale is going to be cray-cray with Lil Ray Ray from a good standpoint, chat. So if you're at the beach or you're thinking about going to the beach, the high today is going to be 81, sunny. I mean, you can't ask for more, chat. That's your weather forecast for Fort Lauderdale, brought to you by the BDH and DMONEY. I hope you love it. Hey, this man does it all. And you're, yeah, hey. Javi the Great. D, I stayed in Miami Beach last night and almost died. It's a GTA server over there. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Must be nice. I'm sitting here in the rain, John. Yeah. Here comes the cray cray, guys. D-Money, are you into co-players? No. Great. Now I can leave the stream. I just come here for the weather. Man, hey, wait. That's why I had to wait till. That's why I had to wait until we got closer to lunchtime, chat, just in case there's anybody out there that was trying to. They only wanted to pop in for the weather report. Well, guess what? You had to wait until closer to lunchtime. We know all the tricks here at the BDH. Let's go. So bullish reaction right off of that support area, chat. Pretty bullish reaction. Right back to the ORB area. So you're kind of watching here. Could be a nice setup for some kind of reversal kind of in progress to the upside. So bulls are trying to step back up, guys. And what did I kind of call out? I said, you're looking for previous candles highs to get taken. Well, you got a previous candle high that just got taken above 428. And you're getting an expansion here to the upside. You got to love that. Bro, EMAs are such good reactionary levels. Look at the 4-hour 14 EMA. Yeah, you had a tap there, I know. So you had a tap and go, right? Yep. So it's crazy, chat, because there's going to be people out there, they're going to say that the EMAs don't work, and obviously you're not using them strictly by themselves. You're allowing price action to give you added confidence off the EMAs as well, right? So but it's more oftentimes than not, you're going to start seeing, chat, where you're going to get these reactions off of these higher time frame EMAs for sure. and as well sometimes off the lower time frame. You guys heard me kind of talk through that on the way down to the downside. I said if we're below the EMAs, could be an indication of a trend change, at least in the short term, and that's exactly what we got, chat. So they definitely work if you know how to use them, like anything else, right? But you're not using them independently by themselves. You're also looking at price action. So on the way down, you know, you had lower highs, right? You had lows, you had a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, right? This is clean price action on the way down. So just kind of keep that in mind. D-Money, what are you getting for lunch today? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, chat, to be honest. Any suggestions out there? I'm open for suggestions here. For some lunch options. Taco Bus, Laquifa, gaming expert. Come on now. Jamaican. Yeah, I had Jamaican food yesterday, guys. If you saw I saw a lot of people comment on my posts. Had some jerk chicken, some cabbage, some rice. It was pretty good. So that was actually from the Aventura Mall. The jerk spot, right? They got a couple locations. They got I think it's called Mango's Restaurant as well. So they got a few, I think at least three locations, chat. So you gotta love that. Nothing like some jerk chicken, and typically you hit it with a red stripe or right, a nice beer and you're good to go. But obviously it's at the mall, so I had to settle for Jamaican soda. You gotta love it. Pineapple, of course, is my preference. Greek, not a smoothie today. I know, right? We'll see. Pineapple sounds more like a safe word. Look at this reaction, chat. It's fighting. I love when people talk about my culture and island. Big up yourself, D-Money. Let's go. Peruvian, yeah, could be an option here. Oh, man. So, Cray with little Ray Ray. So now, if you kind of measure, let's measure, guys, from this double top up here, basically, right? How big was that retracement, out of curiosity? You had about a 320-point retracement to the downside. Last time we were down here, we had a pretty bullish reaction right back up. So will that kind of stay intact here? Clearly, guys, this is a big old range. So if we map out, let's do this, chat, for context, right? Big old range here. So is this the bottom of the range, meaning that it holds up and then we expand back to the upside, guys? Or are we going to break lower? Because we were down here at 8 o'clock. This is, remember pre-market, guys, when I said we had a 400+ point retracement? We were in this area. And then we had to push right back up. So does that print here today? That's the question. Or are we going to get more selling pressure to kind of take us lower and break the bottom of the range? So 15-minute candles, trying to fight, getting a bullish reaction here, guys, for longs, right? There's a battle going on. So you get back above previous candle's high, 24,465. You're targeting at least 500 area based off of the 14 and 50 EMA. I'll rock with it, but this sound has TJ Maxx. Oh man, you gotta love it. Oh man. So far, having a hard time right at this reactionary level. So keep in mind, chat, so this line that you see, make no mistake about it, 24,432, that's the opening range candles low. So need to kind of see how this reacts. So is this a double bottom, guys? See how you got like this double bottom set up on the 5-minute chart kind of forming? Is that a double bottom and then we push back towards the top? Back towards 567? Or do we lose this low at 24,431 and then we expand lower, right? We know there's a lot of downside potential if they want to fill this gap, if you want to call it that, of that 23,815 area, right? Which is basically that pre-Trump $890 area, right? 23,890, which is that Trump kind of news. So remains to be seen here, guys. But a big old range so far that we're stuck in until we break it. Right, and this is a big old range, guys, literally, right? It's roughly, well, I mean, about 350 point range that we've been kind of dabbling in since 8 o'clock. So it's good to kind of see the range, chat, so you kind of know like where we're at currently, so you can kind of react appropriately, right? Doesn't mean that, you know, one way or another that, you know, obviously, right, if they break the bottom of the range, then you could be looking for lower lows. If they break the top of the range, we already know you're targeting higher highs, but just want to give some context that we are, right? And after that move, guys, 800 plus points probably could be expected. More move to the upside for the day, so long's gonna have to be patient, but range play here and there before that happens. Infamous guy, yeah. So basically, yeah. So if you're looking for longs, guys, and you're like, hey, you don't want to see price take out the previous low down here at 24,445. sorry, 345, right? 24,345 chat, because that would kind of signify that, hey, maybe we got a lot more downside coming. You want to start seeing price basically form out some kind of bullish structure down here and kind of push back the opposite direction if you're a bull. And right, so it's kind of hard to be bearish when you're at the bottom of a big old range. You're almost looking to go long, guys. You're looking for possible long setups, in my opinion, because we're at the bottom of that range, right? You're not looking to kind of go against the grain. You buy the bottom of the range, you sell the top of the range until otherwise. And otherwise, it's basically saying that the trend is broken, guys, right? It's kind of broken, and it's giving you an indication to go to flip your bias. So this is the bottom of the range, guys. You're looking for some kind of bullish reaction here off the bottom of the range, if that's going to play and hold up. So if we start losing these lows below like 370, and look out. So in my opinion, this is could be a reactionary. You want to start seeing a reactionary level back up, chat, because that would kind of signify that, hey, maybe there's some bulls stepping in ready to take this thing up, get back above 470 area, etc. If they cannot, so if they lose these lows, no mas. Right? You could be in for a flush McGush here. And you got about, I mean, this current 1 hour candle, chat, doesn't look hot, right? Doesn't look hot. You got a strong wick. So that strong top wick. So that's not great for bulls at the moment as well, because that could be signaling that we're going to try to lose the previous lows down here. So need to kind of start seeing, if you're a bull, you want to start seeing bulls kind of step in here, because this could have been simply just a reaction back to the EMA rejection, and then you get more selling pressure to the downside. So having a hard time here, kind of hesitating. Feel like something's coming. Build up potentially for a breakout of this area. It's bearish. The news that pumped us 800 points wasn't true. Iran is still bombing. I think we dropped lower from here. Hey, let me see if there's anything that comes out. Well, clearly, if they bombed. Let's see if there's any new. All right, there's lows, right? So yeah, this is not looking hot for longs, guys. Right? Not looking hot at all. Couldn't get back above the previous candle's high. There it is. There's the flush to the bottom of the range. Do they have enough momentum to take out the range? Kind of getting a reaction right off the box so far, but we know that that could be short-lived. Are you in profit today? Yeah, but I had to fight. So, I mean, started off, had one account negative like $1,500, had one account positive $1,500, had to claw back on the red account. So, and I haven't been trade copying here. I've been trading because we've had too much consolidation, guys, right? Like we've had like all these crazy ranges. So I have not been trade copying because the way I look at it is, hey, if I lose an account, I lose an account. But I'm not gonna, it's probably not smart to kind of copy trade when you've been getting these crazy ranges during the market open. You've been getting these clear moves at night or pre-market, and then all of a sudden we're ranging. So you're kind of watching here, guys. This would be like the area where bears need to flush this low for more continuation. If they can't flush it, we're headed back to the upside. Temporarily, at least. Flush this low, you're looking towards 268. Which is the 200 EMA on the 5-minute chart. So you got quite a bit of room there, guys. I would probably lean towards them. They're hesitating. So that's not great. The hesitation there, you want like a flush. Kind of pick up here and with momentum, right? But the more they kind of hesitate, that's not great for the bears. Right off the bottom of this area. You need this thing to go and break, right? Lower. If not, you're going to get probably a bullish reaction right back up. You got no top wick as well, guys, on the current candle. So that's a little interesting that we got no top wick on the current 5-minute candle right at this reactionary level. So you lose this low, guys. You're looking for lower lows down here towards possibly 270. There it is. There it is, guys. All right, so there's 309. There's more downside. You had a break of basically the box. There was about a 35-point drop to the downside there, chat. This was a support area from 8 o'clock this morning. We just broke to the downside. Now you want price to probably push up from some kind of top wick and then continue towards this area here. Longs are trapped. Yep. Another 42 points. Just collecting them today. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that higher time frame doesn't look good, guys. 1 hour chart looks bearish, super bearish. 4 hour chart looks super bearish at the moment. So it's hard to want to get long when you see candles like that. So we finally broke out of that range that we've been stuck in basically since you can call it 7:30. So now the question is, do we get a push back up because we swiped that, we put in the lower low right outside of that range? A lot of times you'll get bullish reactions, but if you lose 308, you're targeting 273, guys, which is previous candles, or sorry, the 200 EMA on the 5-minute chart. Thank you, DMONEY and BDH, up $6,100 today. You're gonna walk away while the walking gets good. See you tomorrow. Let's go, Omega. You gotta love it. D, I was down, but now I'm up. Thank you so much, man. Hey, like I said,
XD dollar and BDH crew up $6,100 today. Gonna walk away while the walking is good. See ya tomorrow.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, guys. You can kind of see, chat. You know, that makes me happy because we didn't have the world's best open today, and people are actually got a lot of people out there in the green, so that's great, guys. Had some better price action in the towards the close of, or in the afternoon going into lunch hour, right? And sometimes that's how it is. So I love to hear that. Congrats. Thanks for the $5 tip. You got somebody that just made 27 points on the drop. You gotta love it. Up $1,800. Vin the trader. Nice. I'll start at red but in the green. Let's go. D-Money, you were a gladiator at open. Yeah, you gotta be, chat, because not every day is gonna give you what you're looking for, right? So if you get flustered to the point, chat, where you can't even take any more trades and you're just like, oh, I'm done, and like all that, like you're just hurting yourself, because a lot of times that ideal price actions come in. You just have to be patient and wait, right? I had a lot of choppy trades today where just didn't get the follow through. But on other days, guys, those trades print, right? That's just how it is. So that's just how it is. So much respect. We'll give you a big hug when I'm down in Florida. Let's go. Was down 500, now I'm up 1,500. Nice. JC Trades, sorry to hear you lost 10 accounts. I lost 2. I feel you. Yeah, that happens, guys. So if you're oversized, now here's the thing. I see some people saying they went from red to green with your D-Money. Thanks for hanging in there. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. So, yeah, guys, I mean, you got to watch your sizing, right? Because if price doesn't make sense and it's not reacting how you want it to react, a lot of times you might have to size down until you get that desired price action, right? So I get it. But if you're sizing heavy, and we just get knee-jerk reactions, you're gonna get chopped. You're gonna get chopped. All right, it's gonna happen. So unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but didn't take a trade the first hour. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Blew my account on that 60-point down candle. So you were looking for longs, I guess, or you're talking about at the open. JC Trades, D-Money, I lost my accounts because I was trading minis. I dropped down to micros and I'm up 1,700 on the day with 2 accounts. Nice. Switch to micros on these days for me. Yeah, you got to be smart, guys, because you know, sometimes you just don't get the follow through. I mean, you guys openly saw. I mean, I literally said it, right? Hey, I had an account that was green. I had an account that was down $1,500, and that tried to claw back on that account. That's just how it is, guys. Right? I wish there was another way to put it, but today was just one of those days where the price action was choppy at the open, and then we started getting better price action as the day went on. That's trading. Now the question is going to be, who knows going into this afternoon, because we know we don't have red folder. You know, what is that going to look like? So, and you almost hate to see like big moves pre-market, guys, because a lot of times it does signal chop is coming, unfortunately. No, Javi, I did not. I had to fight back on the account to get it green. So, but it wasn't easy, right? It's kind of like, Stigma, man. I made 50% for that Lucid account. I'm done for today. That boy gone. Yeah. I mean, guys, it's, you know, not every day you're going to have winning days. I mean, you got to be realistic on that as well, chat. Like, you're not going to have winning days, and you just don't get follow through sometimes. I mean, that's, wish it was different, but it's not. Is that going to be the last time? No. Right? I mean, realistically, that's not going to be the last time. It's going to be a choppy open. So, and what I mean by that, if you missed the beginning of the stream, you had tried to kind of, some of these trades just did not give the momentum break to the upside, right? You had a bearish candle, 5-minute candle, right? But then you had a break above it, was up probably like 20 points, held it, and then you end up getting chopped, right? Because the next candle comes down and just doesn't give you the follow through, 55-point drop below the entry. Then magically the next candle pops up 80, 90 points, right? So it's like, it was a bumpy ride. On took multiple losses, guys. You guys saw that. So had to kind of regroup and continue to trade. That's the thing, because a lot of times, you know, felt good about the candle here, right? This was the candle that kind of was telling me that longs were in play, but it wasn't a smooth ride on the way up. And that's your 9:30 open candle. That's why I wanted longs, right? And I think I took a long right at the close of the 9:45 on a pop, and then you had a retracement back down, and then the candle ends up closing green, right? And then if you played the breakout, perfect example today, if you played the breakout candle, right, at 9:45 on a 15-minute ORB, you were up, you know, maybe 40 points if you held it, guys. Right, but we know that it was bumpy, and then the next candle comes down and comes down 77 points, right, formed the bottom wick and then closes green. So that's basically it. Just bumpy price action. It occurs, won't be the last time, unfortunately. You got to try to size appropriately. That's it. Was red, went green, now back into the red. Yep, that happens. Hot films, I've been watching all day, made 1,600 and almost forgot to hit the like button. Let's go. D, I made $2,130, locked my account. Good looks. Nice. Yeah, it just, you know, so we'll see what happens, guys. I'll be back at 2 o'clock, chat. Obviously, I got lower expectations going into the afternoon, but hey, if we break below the bottom of this range, we could be in for a crazy drop towards the the lows down here at 23,900 levels. So we'll see what that looks like, guys. Young Flacco, D-Money, I need your help with my entries. I normally trade the ES, but last week I decided to trade the NQ and I blew my $500 account. Please help, bro. Yeah, I mean, I would say keep tuning into the stream. Today's stream at the beginning, I think obviously trading throughout the rest of the day was pretty good, but the open was a nightmare today, to be honest, right? It wasn't great. It kept getting chopped. I mean, you'd be up like 15 points and you're looking for the breakout, and then all of a sudden you're down 20 plus points. So that's like a 35 point swing. I mean, that's just how the market was today. So I would say keep tuning in. Nice start to my morning on the green. Thanks, D-Money. Nice. Up 6K, another 4K on that last bottom. Houston tips. Let's go. Yeah, so I mean, we had some pretty good trades, guys, after the open. The open wasn't too eventful, meaning follow through, but I think the shorts obviously played better today. And then I think I had one nice long, right? I think it was right off this 11 o'clock candle. Yeah, like an 80 point pop to the upside, right back up. So that's just trading, unfortunately, guys. That's how it is. But I'm gonna call it here, guys. I'll be back 2 o'clock, 2 to 4. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like, but we're gonna find out. Hopefully it's not a chop fest. So we shall see. Trump is about to speak at Memphis. Oh, man. Well, yeah, that's a good time to go to lunch, guys. So we already had enough chop in the morning. So I'll be back at 2 o'clock, guys. I'm going to call it here and figure out what I'm going to get for lunch. And we'll see if 2 o'clock, if we're still stuck in this range, I'm not going to be enthused about that. But, hey, we don't have any control over it. So we'll see what happens. I'm gone.